welcome everybody. My name is Alafin and I hope you're having a wonderful day. This video is gonna be a beginner's guide in starting your adventure with Age of Darkness. We will go through some basics and some tips that will help you survive your first night in this game. So let's get to it and start with a short explanation of the gameplay loop. Gonna now switch real quick to a professional tool for presentations and stuff. Welcome to Microsoft Paint. We're gonna talk a little bit about the basic gameplay loop in Age of Darkness and in tower defense games in general, because I think that is gonna help you understand the game a little bit better. So the basic idea is that you are gonna fight against stronger and stronger waves of enemies. And the first night, the first wave of enemies that will try to destroy your settlement is not gonna be that difficult. You know, it's gonna be a little bit of enemies, low level, not a big threat. But they're gonna get stronger and stronger. And eventually they're gonna go to the moon. It's gonna be the hardest challenge you can have. They're gonna attack you from every single direction. This probably should go way, way higher then. And how can you combat that as a player? Well, you combat that by using your economy. Tower defense games in general are only partially games about fighting, about building the best possible defenses. The real challenge here is to start a good economy. What do I mean by that? If your economy struggles at the very beginning, you may be able to deal with the first wave, you know? You may be able to even win with the second one, with some clever defenses, some clever maneuvering and stuff. But the later it goes, the worse your economy is, you're gonna get more and more behind, and eventually you will not be able to win with the final fight. Because the thing about the economy is that the bigger is your advantage at the beginning, the faster it develops later on. So if you have a good start, if you have a good economy early on, and you focus on that, then you will get stronger and stronger. You will be able to build more defensive buildings, more soldiers and stuff like that. And basically you will beat the game. Of course, using those resources in an intelligent way, building defenses in the right position, having soldiers in the right places, having good defense schemes, that helps as well, and we're going to talk about it too. But it is crucial to understand that economy is very, very important in this game, and a good beginning, good start is crucial as well. And with that in mind, we're going to talk about it in a second. So we are back and we're gonna talk a little bit about some basics. So this is your keep. The keep is the main building that you have. Losing the keep is game over. So you want to protect this by all costs. It gives you some income, so upgrading it to a higher level gives you more of that. So you want to do that as fast as you can. You have some resources. You have gold, you have stone, you have wood, you have iron, and you have dark essence. These are the resources that you will try to acquire. Wood, stone being the basics, gold being used for almost everything, iron being a little bit more advanced for more advanced buildings and soldiers, and dark essence is used primarily for upgrading your soldiers later on. Giving them some extra abilities and stuff like that. You have villagers. You need to build dwellings to increase your population. Villagers are used to work in all of the buildings that produce those resources that we talked about. And we had some food rations as well. You need food to keep the villagers fed. And for some buildings as well. So those are the resources that we have. We need to try to keep them in a good order, basically. You do start with a hero as well. And for a beginner, I would recommend Cyrus. Because he is a ranged character, so it is much more difficult for him to die. And much easier to actually level up. Leveling up your character, your hero, is something
Not as
that
quick
you
as I
should
used to be.
try to do as fast as possible as well, to unlock those abilities that you can see here, to make him more of a danger during the defense period or during, you know, exploration and stuff like that
Let's
as
go.
well. Usually you start with some stone deposit close to your base, but it's not a big one. You start with some woods too. If you don't like the map that you are on, you can just restart it. And I highly recommend it for a new player. Sometimes, you know, the RNG just gives you lemons and stuff. So those are the basics of the basics. We also gonna talk about
Together we rise.
the best starting build order, in my opinion. So we do start with a dwelling. You want to build one dwelling as fast as possible. Basically, when the game starts, you are building that dwelling, and you want 2 lumberyards, also as fast as you can build them. But as you can see, the amount of wood that we are gonna produce depends on the fact of how many trees are around here. And you
My
want to
queen
go for
will
something that will give you maybe 18,
my way.
in the best case scenario 20 wood. And we don't really have a good location here, to be honest. We can wait a little bit, but honestly, we are just gonna build it. In our case, it's not the best position here. We're gonna look for a better one very early on. The build order that you want to go for is 1 dwelling into 2 lumberyards. So I'm not gonna build anything else. I'm not gonna build another dwelling. I am waiting for my gold to get to another lumberyard. Then we are building 2 dwellings. The dwellings give us population, so available villagers to work, but it also gives us income. So you want to build those as well as often as you can. So 1 dwelling into 2 lumberyards, into 2 dwellings, into a quarry. So we want to start the stone production as fast as possible, and we can use this one here, or if we can find a better one closer, like maybe here, we're gonna use that too. And then we finish it off with a food hut, because we want that food income to be there. We don't want to build it right now. It's gonna eat our villagers that we're gonna get from this dwelling, and we want wood production, we want stone production as a priority. So that is the basic build order at the beginning of the game. You want to explore your surroundings a little bit as well.
I'm on it.
So we already found a better source of stone here. Exploration is strictly tied to developing your economy. You want to look for better locations for wood production, for example, and that is something that we want to do right now. Maybe we're gonna build a lumber yard here. Maybe somewhere in the north, actually. Maybe let's go there too. We want to find that better position for our lumber yard. And this is unfortunately not a better position, I'm afraid. So maybe we will have to just accept the fact that it's gonna be not a very good starting position when it comes to wood production, at least. We could maybe find something here. The only thing that I worry about at the beginning is to not cap your resources. So we can have maximum of 500 gold. And if this little meter here goes to the end, basically, we will have 500 gold, meaning that we will lose 100 and something of our income. So we don't want to let that happen at all. I would probably prefer to just build a hut here. A lumberyard, I mean. And I guess that is gonna happen. Honestly, if I wouldn't be recording this guide, I would probably just
Get
start
on
over.
with it.
But, you know, when life gives you lemons, this is a very good spot for a stone quarry. So I will clear that, I will finish the basic build order, and we will see each other in a second. We do have our basic build order completed. We have some stone production, we have some wood production, we have some gold coming to us as well. This is a good beginning. We want to develop further now. The first thing that we want to do is to probably upgrade the keep and maybe get another dwelling here to just help with that a little bit. You want to, again, avoid all those situations where your income is capped. So we have a lot of wood there. I may want to build a quarry there. If you have some wood or stone that is going to be capped and you really don't want to maybe spend anything else, you can use it for upgrades. For example, something for the archers or your melee characters or stuff like that. So keep that in mind. That may be helpful to just use some of those resources in that way. And we're gonna talk a little bit about exploration now, and we're gonna do it while exploring. So exploration is crucial for two reasons here. You want to find better nodes, better resources, and places where you have, for example, more stone. Like already we found a better place here, we have found a better place for the wood there as well. You want to find more places for your farmland, but you also are looking for chokeholds. You want to look for good places where you could set up your defenses. And here it seems like we are going more and more into an open space, and I do not like it. So I will retreat. I will retreat there. You want to look for more advanced resources too. So for now, we don't see any place where we could actually get iron. And that is a problem. We want to look for that as a priority for now. Maybe I will go somewhere to the north. And I will meet you after we upgrade our keep. And after we have some more economical development here and there. Our keep has been upgraded. So we have already a bigger income of gold. And that is a substantial boost to our economy. So that's why we are doing it as one of the first things. We have more capacity for our resources, so that helps a little bit too. And the next step is building a wood workshop. That is the basic research building that you have. And you have some options here to choose from. Usually the recommended first research is the lodge, so an upgrade to the dwelling, which generates more income. It has a little bit more villages too, but it requires more food as well. I'm personally not really a fan of going for the lodge first. I much more prefer to go for the farm. Because there is one problem with the food hut: you cannot upgrade it. You can upgrade the quarry to a refined quarry if you research it later on. You can upgrade the lumber yard. You can do the same with the dwellings and so on. You cannot upgrade the food hut to a farm. You need to destroy it. And that is just a pain for me. So I prefer not to do it. I prefer to get the farm as fast as possible. So I have that done. So my recommendation is go for the farm, go for the lodge. Although the consensus is that you should go for the lodge first. And just get more gold, more income. Then later on, probably going for a ballista tower would be the best possible choice. Because ballista tower is one of the most important parts of your defenses. From the very beginning to the very end of the game. And eventually you want to get the walls, you want to get the better gates and better towers as well. all going into a refined workshop. We need to complete 3 researches from this wood workshop to advance to another level to build another building that allows us research. And you should not sleep on a trade bazaar either. It can generate a lot of gold for you. It can allow you to buy and sell resources, and I cannot say how important it is to be able to do that. It helps a lot when you just want to sell a little bit of the resources that you have. You want to buy something that you so desperately need to finish a building or something, and you just need that 2 more, let's say, of a particular resource. So that is quite helpful. Firewood is also nice, so at some point you should use it and then build just simple walls and burn them. Use them for some additional damage on the path of enemies that will be coming for your keep. So that's more or less the research that you should go for. First, lodge, then probably farm, or in my opinion, farm then lodge. Ballista tower as the next step, and then you can try to rush the refined workshop or just complete things here. Maybe go for the trade bazaar, although trade bazaar is quite expensive at 900 gold, so you probably want to maybe do it later on. You also want to build a training hall, and I think that is gonna be the next thing that I'm gonna build. At this point you have 2 choices, basically. You can go more into research and try to get the ballista as fast as possible and build those ballistas around your keep, or you can go more into archers and building towers with those archers. Me personally, I like to go for the training hall. I like to have the ability to train soldiers, and I'm sure I can get the farm going sooner or later. Although in this case, maybe I will go for the farm first actually, and just start that research going. In the meantime, I continue to build the economy. I was able to find an iron node, so already there is a quarry there. I try to explore, I try to get more experience for my hero, and I am continuing to build up the economy. Later on, we want to get the storehouse as well, to increase the capacity for our resources, because right now it's quite easy for us to get that actually
I'm ready.
actually to full capacity, as you can see here right now, and it is becoming a problem. It is becoming an issue for us. So yeah, that we need to do that sooner or later, and those are the goals that we have for further development. With a barrack, with a storehouse, with that basic research done and the ballista tower, we will be ready to talk about basic defenses and a good defense scheme that will help you survive your first night. And we're gonna move a little bit fast forward and gonna meet ourselves when we will be able to talk about that. We were able to develop our
What do you want?
settlement further. We have some basic defensive structures here and there, but the Death Knight is approaching, so a lot of enemies will spawn, a wave of enemies will spawn from this crystal, and they will try to get to our keep and destroy it. We have some time left to prepare. The enemy will probably come from this direction, so we already started to clear this place and build some defenses too. And we're gonna talk about a good defensive scheme that you can use for the beginning and basically the whole game, to be honest. So, the first line of your defenses is gonna be a wall with a gate. You want that gate to just get out, basically, to have that option to move further, to expand your settlement later on. Unless you don't. Unless you think that this is gonna be your final place, then, you know, the gate is not really needed then. So, the wall is the first line of defense. The second line is towers. You want to have towers everywhere here. Just a line of towers. As many as possible. And you're gonna put arches there. So we're gonna start building that. For now, I'm gonna build just that much, because the second line is gonna be ballista towers, and we do need some wood for that. We need some more soldiers here as well, so let's get them there too. We are actually getting some soldiers out. Maybe we're gonna build a tower here too, if somebody will be coming here, because some smaller groups of enemies will spawn elsewhere too, and will try to test your defenses. So again, the ideal scenario is that you have something everywhere. Maybe here one as well. So we do have those towers built here. We're gonna put some archers in them. And they're gonna be able to attack the enemy, to deal some additional armor damage as well. But the second line of defenses is gonna be the big guns. The ballista tower. And you want to build again a line of ballista towers here as well. We will probably not gonna be able to do that, but we may be able to get 2, maybe a little bit more. We will focus on getting the archers into the towers. Important thing, remember to get those archers into those towers before you cover it completely with ballistas, because then it's gonna be a little bit problematic. We need an archer in this tower too. We have 16 seconds, not a lot. We're gonna produce some more maybe, get them there immediately. The ballista towers are gonna be ready, and we will see if we will be able to survive the Death Knight. We have this tower there too. Oh, the enemy is spawning. And this is just the first Death Knight, but there is gonna be a lot of those enemies. Those are the lower level, and we do have a Malice. We will be weakened. Units' health and armor regeneration is reduced by 70%. Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot. Yeah, as you can see, a smaller group is attacking there. And here we already see that the group is gonna coming. It's gonna be just 140 enemies, so not that difficult. We will probably that, and we build the defenses in the right place. And as you can see, the archers are shooting. The ballista are providing some additional damage. A good idea is to set the ballista tower to target the strongest enemy as well. It punches the hardest. You want to focus on those big guys. With the first waves, maybe not so necessary, but later on it will be important. We also leveled up Cyrus to level 3, so we can use his ability Caltrops. It deals some damage, it slows enemies too, so preferably you want to get that going before they actually come to you. 23, 20, 19 enemies, and they should be going down. We have survived the night. And that's basically how you try to survive and try to win in Age of Darkness. After a successful defense of the Death Knight, you get a blessing. So we do have some choices here. Increased cost, not that great to be honest. Maybe just rigged defenses here. And it stays with us for the remainder of the run of the game of this particular scenario. We will repair everything that was damaged. There are some struggles here and there, but that's basically it. You want to further develop your settlement, you want to acquire new land, you want to explore further. If you find a good choke point to build some defenses there, use it. The rest of the land is used for your buildings, your farms, your dwellings, and stuff like that. We already survived the first night. It was not that bad. Actually, we could do better when it comes to the economy, but I wanted to have just enough things to show for this recording. And with that, I hope you will be having some fun with this game. I hope this guide is gonna help you too. And give it a go. Try. At the beginning, I would probably also recommend to just play on easy because the game is kind of difficult. Just get your bearings, get some experience, and you will be alright. If this guide helped you, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment. Maybe there is something that you would do differently. Then let me know. And yeah, with that being said, have fun with the game, have a good day, and subscribe if you want to help the channel, because it does really help. It does allow to grow the channel and get those videos to more people too. So once again, thanks for watching and have a good day. Bye.